Greetings, everybody. Welcome to another episode of TBH, to be honest, and we have another special guest, Raybetz, Raheem Betty. Wagwan.
Wagwan, you good?
Yes, man. I am good, man. I am good. How are you doing?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Cool,
Not too
cool,
bad.
cool. All right. So, Raybetz, I'm going to start here.
Yes.
So, 2018, right? I
Mm-hmm.
migrated. I came to New York 2018. And so I was here for a while. But most of my friends, of course, would still be in Jamaica, right?
Yeah.
So I'm checking my YouTube, my WhatsApp status, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like on all of my NCU friends' status, I'm seeing
Mm-hmm.
this tall guy singing at NCU Chapel, killing it. Like I tear down your place. Like
2018 or 2019?
Yes, 2019, because I would have left in the semester in 2018. So
Right. Yeah, I started NCU the 2019, the January.
All right, because you
Mm-hmm.
would have met if you had started the previous semester. So that makes sense.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it would have been 2019 January.
Right.
And everybody's status. I'm seeing this guy in travel killing. I'm like, who's this guy? And then I get Raybetz. I'm like, all right, cool. So
cool.
for those who don't know, who is Raheem Betty?
Raheem Betty is a tall dude who loves to sing, who's a man of God first, and just loves to have fun. I love conversations, love to laugh. Yeah. What's good, all right, Betty?
Cool. All right, so I know you shared this with me before on a different platform, but I want you to go over how exactly you got into singing.
Oh, what me to tell you?
You told me a story where like you didn't know you could sing.
Right.
You weren't really singing a lot, and then you're just kind of doing a thing at school. I think you're living on dorm, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, right. So I got into singing at the age of 12, actually. I was in high school at the time. So before that, I wasn't.
You have a disco ball over there? It's like you're like.
No, it's just the bulb. I don't know what's wrong with it. Yeah. So sorry about that.
That good, man. You on dorm?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Dorm life. It's all good.
So at the time, before I was 12 years old, yeah, I might have known slightly that I had the talent, but you'd never catch me doing it in front of people. Even if I was at home, I'd probably like record myself on my mom's phone and just put it down because you now catch me in the streets like that. So literally no one knew that I had that talent until when I started high school and started going out there more, start doing stuff, entering JCDC, singing on All Together Sing.
Which school? Which high school?
Like that. Oh, Knox.
You went to Knox?
Yep.
Yeah.
I went to Knox first, and then I went to Iona.
Then you went to where?
Iona High School. That's in St. Mary.
Knox in Manchester?
Knox in Clarendon.
Clarendon. Okay. Okay. So your family moved to St. Mary?
No, I am from St. Anne. So the school in St. Mary is closer to me than say I would come to Knox. So when I was at Knox, I was on boarding.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you do like JCDC and them things?
Yeah, JCDC All Together Sing, the whole works.
Okay.
I've been doing that.
What year for All Together Sing?
Oh gosh. I think one year it was 2007. 2007, and then we did it in the other year, 2008.
Okay.
And then when I transferred to Iona, we auditioned in 2010, but we didn't go any further than the audition still. So, yeah, but it was a good experience.
2008. Let me tell you what happened in 2008, if I'm not mistaken. No, it would have been 2007. So I went to Manchester High School, right?
Right.
In second, all my years, I was nobody in my high school knew me for music. Music, I used to rap and DJ, but like playing and them thing there, nobody.
Yeah, and everything that. Yeah.
Right. But I used to play sports, right? So I played under 14 football, I played basketball. But because when I reached fifth form, because I'm an Adventist and a lot of matches are on Saturdays, I couldn't do any of that. So I joined choir in fifth form. And ever since I was at Manchester High, the school went to All Together Sing. I joined choir in fifth form and they didn't go that year. And I was sixth form. So the one time I joined the choir, they decided that they weren't gonna go.
They weren't going to go. And that year was what, 2008?
That was 2017 to 2018.
Oh, the year that you tried to join?
Yeah. 2007, sorry.
To 2008. Yeah.
Not that young. 2007 to 2008 year.
Right.
Yeah, born me. Swear.
Yeah, so I mean, we never, as we say, like probably go round one or round two, and that was it. No more.
Yeah.
But they won a couple of years ago, which I'm happy about.
Right. Funnily, similar story. Now that I really realize it, that would have been 2017 to 2018 was the 1 year that I taught at Manchester High. Right?
Yeah.
And they went, the previous teacher went the year before. And so when I went, they decided they didn't want to go again because, All Together Sing is a fundraising competition where you have to go to your sponsors and buy how much your phone card and scratch off. And
yes.
So the 1 year I taught at Manchester High School, they decided them not go again.
Them not go.
And I never realized until just now that parallel.
Yeah. It's yeah.
Trust me.
So I never had the glory of the time to say, oh, I won. I can't. Right. I don't have that title.
Right. How did the name Raybetz come? I know it's based off your name, but like when did it start?
I had it down, like, I had it down before Rising Stars. I had it down. I didn't really use it, but I knew that, hey, feel like I'm gonna use that name for Rising Stars still. I mentioned it, I remember mentioning it to a friend of mine, and then I'm like, no, sorry, I'll go with that name then, whatever. But it was just a part of my first and last name, and I just put it together and say, I'm gonna use it for Rising Stars. Because I always had it put down. And apparently it clicked. Well, some people did say Raybetz after a while, or them just say Ray, and but it clicked till now. People will see me and say, "No, Raybetz that."
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
Yeah. So you spoke about Rising Stars. So tell me more about that. What was that experience like? What year you went to Rising Star?
So I entered. Well, I auditioned 6 times. Yeah, so when I was in grade 11, I auditioned. I didn't get through. Then grade 10. So then grade 11. Then
what made initially? Why the first time? What inspired you to go?
I always wanted to enter from a kid. So it's like, I feel like I thought that it was my ticket, to stardom as a young boy. I say, yeah, man, I'm gonna enter Rising Stars. I'm gonna bustle like Romy and Virgo and stuff. So that was the dream because I saw them, and so it was a part of my dream to enter that. Not only Rising Stars either, but before that it was American Idol. So it was always like to enter a competition that could, give me that feeling of winning and turn me into this mega superstar at the time. And win some money and have whatever I wanted back then.
Yeah.
So that was the motivation to become a star and help out my family and stuff like that. So I tried.
Go ahead.
No, I was saying I tried 6 times. So I tried one time in grade 10, then grade 11, then 2013 I went to 3 different auditions. So that's 5 times. And then I auditioned. I gave it a break. I'm a seminar, I'll do it again. So but it quit after 2013. So no, I'm not gonna try this Rising Stars business again because I can't get through. And then so 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 5 years later. Actually, it's not even that I even planned. I didn't even plan to, like, quote unquote, plan to say, all right, I'm going to enter 2018. I was in a group at the time. I was in URM 7 at the time.
You were in URM 7?
Yeah, I was in URM 7.
I didn't know that.
Not for long.
Okay.
So it was like it came to me. I really don't want to say God to say, but when the time was drawing near and there was just this urgency. So it's like only one of my friends knew at the time, Chevanese Thomas. I called her. I'm going to say, something just a tug at me to enter. I don't know. It's just, there's just this urgency saying, just enter. And she said, pray about it. And she actually prayed with me. I got up the morning of the audition early. I saw a white shirt because I didn't even have an outfit planned. I saw the white shirt on the chair. I saw the jacket hung up on the wall there. And I had a blue jeans, and I said, the white shirt was dirty and me just wash it out. Quick. It dry in no time. Iron it, boom, made that. Walking out the house, my grandmother on the veranda, my mom went to work. So they had no idea where I was going. Oh, yes, I also had a funeral that day. So I said, all right, I just to go funeral and audition. So that's what happened.
Which one first?
So I went to the audition, got signed up, everything. Went through the rounds. Went through round 1 first. Then I went to the funeral for a little bit. Then I go back to the audition. Time to face the judges. Did that. They gave me the yes thingy. And then I went back to the funeral. And then the funeral was finishing up. I grabbed a program. Because it was my mom's best friend's mother. So I had to represent my mom there. So that's why I had to be there. So I went, hug her up and everything and tell her that I have somewhere else to be. So, at least me show my face. So I was there. So in and out. So funeral. So audition, funeral, audition. Funeral, back to the audition now. So the funeral finished and I went back and I had the program. And I realized that I had the program and they did a little interview with me. To know what was happening. And I was telling her, hey, I'm doing both this and Rising Stars at the same time. Then they came and they told us that we were selected for shortlisted. So we were shortlisted to see who would make the top 12 of the whole island. So I was shortlisted, and then good. So I feel good now. Say, all right, maybe I have a chance this time.
Yeah.
And weeks passed, and some of the people that audition with me, I reached out to them and I said, "What's up? You hear anything yet?" and stuff. And them say, "Yes." Them get called. Them get through. And I'm like, really?
No call.
When I get the call, so they named out the top 12, and I wasn't initially a part of it. So I wasn't chosen initially to be a part of the final 12. So that's that. And at one point I said, no man, they really rate me because I've been trying for this for years. I'm gonna get through. What is going on? Anyways, allow it out. The first set went up. The first set of the 12, so that's 6 of them. They performed, and my mother, she did their cousin, and I said, "Why didn't pick them and then pick you?" And I said, "Just easy, you don't know. Maybe I'm a wild card or whatever." Because I still probably have it. And then after the first 6, I got a call the Thursday from the producer, and she said, we initially had you to be a wild card, but somebody gave up their opportunity to be a part of the 12, and we are thinking that you could be a part of the 12. So we're coming by your house tomorrow. You're coming into Kingston Saturday, and you'll be on TV Sunday. Boom, bang, just like that. And I'm like, okay, cool. I don't have no outfit, no nothing, no shirt, no nothing. I'm not ready because they're coming literally at my house the next day, and then I'm in Kingston for the weekend. So that's how that worked out. I don't know who was the person who kind of dodged the opportunity, but it kind of gave me an opportunity to actually be on the show for the first time. So,
all right, I'm backtracking a little bit. The auditions that you didn't be successful, those are in front of the official judges, or you audition in front of somebody else?
Which one? The first one?
The first ones that you were not successful with when you're in high school and.
Oh, so yeah, I always pass the preliminaries and go to the judges, and when I go to the judges, they said no.
Okay.
Right.
So they give any feedback? They give any why, or is just a no? The first time, I didn't get any feedback per se. No, I didn't get any feedback. The second time, the first time I said no. The second time was a no. I think the second time I went, why may I forget some go 20? Well, I'm 2014. No, I'm go one. It's the same 2013. Enough time I go on. It's all good.
I'm go one time when, all right, there was this time where they were transitioning. I don't remember what year, if it was 2012 or 2013 when they were doing this whole Digital Stars. I think it was 2012. I think it was 2012, and then 2013 I did the 3 Faces. Right. They were doing this callback thingy. So it was a phone audition. It wasn't like you audition phone first and then you got to do an audition for one of the judges. And I remember when one of the judges said I sounded too much like Boyz II Men. I sounded too much like them, and he wasn't hearing Raheem. So he said no. And I was puzzled because even people on the TV, when it came on TV, people hear it and then I say, why me like you sound like the artist? If you sound like the artist, it means you sound good.
Yeah.
So why you never pick you? And even so, it was a season where they were supposed to coach you and stuff like that. So if you saw that problem and your system is so good, why you never like say yes and then boom, build me from there? But I guess they weren't thinking about that. So anyways, they said no. I don't remember what happened. Yeah, the other years, there wasn't much feedback. They would just say, no, not today. I'm sorry. So it's like, okay, so you never really know what you did I miss or what was the problem. Nobody never want to tell you, oh, bad song choice or whatever. It was like, no, I'm sorry, not today. So, yeah.
You're persistent though. Sir.
Yeah, but that's why I did give up. Like 2013, after 2013, I said, no, I'm not doing that again.
So it
wasn't for me.
This time, I can't imagine you get the yes night in a funeral, grin off your teeth. You want to look happy.
Even when I didn't get the yes yet, it was like we're shortlisted, so it's still not there's a possibility of you not getting through. So I'm never really I tell nobody nothing or say really because I didn't know. And I didn't post it nowhere, so I enter. It was super secretive. I decided like, yo, I'm not gonna do this. Like this time, nobody not gonna know nothing until them tell me really. So when they chose it up, because I didn't plan to tell anyone that I was auditioning, but TBJ and Digital just burst the bag and like put up the picture. So a lot of people see the picture and I say, what? Oh, friend, you're auditioning. And I'm like, why did they do this? Why they put up my picture? So I didn't want to tell anybody. But eventually they found out. And then that's it. So after I got the call and I went in for the weekend, that's where the journey began. And
Gotcha. When they came to your house, it was like to interview or anything?
Yeah, man, they came to my house. They did a little interview with me, with my neighbors, with my brother / best friend.
Man, a good youth.
Yeah. Little clothing going to it, you know. But yeah. Man. So them just come and them just interview and thing and we'll just do a thing.
All right, talk to me about the actual competition. You make it, you're in the top 12. What was that like? Going every week and singing and being on TV?
I didn't look forward to being on TV. I just looked forward to being around the contestants because to me they were like family away from home. So I looked forward to having fun with them. It was more about, oh, I'm gonna say my friend them now or whatever. You know, some people you just meet, but it was just that kind of vibe where we look forward to just go see them every weekend. And for a while, we forgot that it was a competition.
Right.
Because whenever nobody go home and stuff like that. And although me low-key never want to go home neither, me really don't want nobody else go home. So it's like, what am I gonna do? But it was fun for the most part to just be there. Like every weekend I get for the try and clothes so you're not own and you get a little money to go buy food. Those are the moments I loved. But in terms of like campaigning, I hated campaigning. So if you ask me to do Rising Stars again, that's the only part I wouldn't be looking forward to. Campaigning and begging money and no my thing that it's not the nicest part of it. Right. Because you're there and you're asking for money. Some people not even looking at you and them shameful and everybody turn your coach, everybody turn judge on the road and them say, what kind of song that you sing last week? And they never sound good. And they might bring Tasha. Sometimes you even ask them, nothing, they might tell you who they might bring and them not bring you and them not give you money because them such and such friend in this. And so them start give you all kind of comments and it was gruesome. I tell you, if you're not up here, if you're not strong, and if you're not secure in your talent and how you sound and stuff like that, you will not survive. Can tell you that, because the people out there, them not care, and worse because they might not know you, so then just say anything. So they might not even see you again.
Right.
So they would just say anything, forget at you. Like,
yeah,
you have the good ones out there that will love them, they love you and them want to see you. But the bad ones, man, I tell you, when them not like you and stuff, them show it, them tell you, and it's just not for the week.
Wow.
They have to just hold their head high and just go through. Yeah.
Yeah. So you say that they provide the outfits for you guys?
Yeah, the outfits, we didn't buy them. I mean, you had the option of buying whatever, but it's just for rental. Like, they just wear it for the recording, and then you give it back. So I don't even know if I'm supposed to be talking these things, but yeah. That's true. I don't know if I'm supposed to talk. Well, we get in that trouble, but yeah, the clothes are that.
Okay. I want to ask, it's interesting you said that, like, you forgot there was a competition, because I was trying to ask you, like, when somebody else performing, like, are you rooting for them to do well?
Yeah, we are root for everybody. There was no, as I said, there was no time where I say, or I don't know if anybody, I can't speak for everybody.
Right.
Because I don't know how people think, or what kind of, what did I say? I don't know what kind of person you'll be inside. I don't know if you want to see us feel or whatever. But that was not the kind of atmosphere. It's like everybody was low-key, telling, saying, yo, next time you can just add a little thing, or don't do this, or move a little more, or that was a good performance. We weren't afraid. Well, I wasn't afraid to tell people that they sounded well. If them sound bad, I don't tell them that they sound bad like that, but we tell them, say, yo, it could have been better.
Right.
You could have do this, or why you never do this? You do this in a rehearsal and you never bother do this. So, and sometimes certain things that I tell them, the judges come and say it to them. So, yeah, it's not like we were rooting for each other. Anybody could have won the competition. So yeah.
Who won that year?
Tasha.
Oh, yeah.
Tasha Gay Solomon.
Okay.
Tasha Masha, she won.
Okay. I know the followers and stuff like that, unless somebody may know in there, but cool.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So eventually you end up at NCU. What was behind that decision?
That's not going at the nitty-gritty now. So basically, I was at Microsoft before, and I owe them some money. I owe them a lot of money. So I decided to take a year of absence or absent leave or academics, something like that. 1 year school leave. So like to take the year off from school because I didn't have the money to pay to continue at the time. So I did that. Then I went to a wedding in New Jersey. I went to my sister's wedding in New Jersey, and I met up with family and we had conversations. I had conversations with my aunt and other relatives. And after that, my aunt, phoned me and said, we decided that, we want to help you with school and stuff. So see your options, see what Michael's saying and whatever. So I was supposed to go back to Michael. I wanted to go back to Michael the January, seeing that I started there, or given that I started there. So I spoke with it was the dean, I think it was the dean of my faculty. And they were saying, and the head of the department, they were saying that I would have to start over third year, so I couldn't move on or something like that. And I was like, well, that doesn't make no sense, because if I just one semester really miss, then I could do second semester, do the courses and then catch up with the courses in summer. Because I don't, it would be probably 6 courses or so. So I could catch up with my year group instead of starting third year all over again. I didn't think that made sense. So I told my aunt that what they said, I would have to wait until September to start from third year. And she was like, nah, we're not gonna do that. So that doesn't make sense. So we were looking at other options. At first I was looking at Shortwood, and they were saying that they would take my credits and they'd start me off from where I left off and stuff like that. I'm like, cool, all right. And then there was this ad with NCU. I called them. No, actually, no, I didn't call them. I came up here the Thursday or the Friday. One day I came up here. I just took a drive and come up here and say, I wanted to apply and stuff like that. And the same day they went to the system and said, yo, you applied from 2013. I'm like, yeah, we applied from 2013. I must say, you applied from 2013 and you were accepted and they never come. They never have no money. So at the time. And so they gave me my ID number from that long time and say, yo, accept it. So them just accept me the same day. I'm like, that's weird. So it's weird. I'm like, okay, so until you accept me. And my aunt was a bit skeptical at the time. She was like, check out everything before you go, because we don't want it to start from scratch. We want it to transfer credits and stuff like that. So I had to be on the ball where that concerned, because they didn't want me to start from scratch. And she was like, all right, if you're going to, so I said to her, I said, I'm going to change my field of study anyway, since I have the opportunity. So I left teaching completely and just went into communication studies, because that's what I wanted to do before anyway. So I was like, okay, just do it and done, because I'm there already and whatever, and I get the help so I can actually do what I want to do. Instead of force myself to do teaching. I don't think I have a passion for teaching, so to speak. So I said, all right. So she was like, 3 years tops. That's all I gave them. 3 years or 2. No, right, 2 years. And they had an agreement. So I thought, everything was good. So yeah, 2 years. And so 2 years passed. 2019 now? 2019, 2021, we're in basically the second year, but because of the credits and stuff and doing everything, I'm finishing up the degree. So I do the degree in 2 years, basically.
Okay.
Or 3, based on the credit counts. I don't know how it goes. So it's final year, third year, but really and truly I don't do 3 years. I just did 2 years. So I'm finishing up in December.
Okay, so, good. Glad to hear that.
Yeah, because if you don't finish, you don't know it goes. I have to finish, so yeah.
That's a good one. Tell me something. What?
Tbh
with Dale Honeyghan.